Hello, my friends. My name is Antonio, and you are welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel, the only channel on the web where every day I show you a property for sale in the Italian market. In each video, I select a property in a different town in one of the 20 beautiful regions of Italy. But so, let's start, my friends, and let me introduce you today's property. Now, in today's video, I bring you back to a region which I haven't covered many properties lately, but so I'm welcome to bring you back a property for sale in Umbria region, my friends. So we are back to the central part of Italy, Umbria region, semi-detached house for sale in via Ippolito Borghesi 59, 59. So we are in a, let's say, small town, but not very small, small town called Sigillo in Perugia province. The asking price is 28,000 euro, so I'd say it's a very low price because the size of the property is 150 square meters, 4 rooms and garage included. But so now we are going to discover, we are going to find out all we have to know about this property for sale in Umbria region, Perugia province, Sigillo, this town called Sigillo, not far, let's say not very far with the border with Marche region. Okay, so let's go on Google Maps as usual to show you the location, where the property is. And so, as I said, we are in Umbria region at the border with Marche, so we are not very far from Marche. And let's say that Sigillo, this town, is not very far from the route that is connecting, let's say, Perugia to Ancona. So we are on this main route, which is bringing from the capital of Umbria region to the capital of Marche region. So let's keep zooming in. Then what else I want to say? We are not far from the beautiful town of Gubbio, one of the most attractive towns in Umbria region, Gualdo Tadino, Nocera Umbra. So there are many beautiful towns in the area. We are not extremely far from Perugia, okay, from the capital of Umbria region. And at the same time, let's say if we keep zooming in, now we find out that in this town here called Fossato di Vico, in this town we have railway and motorway which is connecting Perugia to Ancona. So technically, okay, the town of Sigillo is not doesn't have a train station, but we are quite close to Fossato di Vico. But anyway, we will focus and we will check on the distances, my friend, later on after the house inspection. Now, here, this is the town of Sigillo. Let's spend a few words about Sigillo. Now, here, this town is 2,278 inhabitants. So I'd say all the towns that are over 2,000 inhabitants in Italy, I already consider small medium. Between 2 and 10,000 for me is a small medium size town, between small and medium, according to my list, according to my standards. So Sigillo, this is the town. Let's zoom in. Let's go 3D. Lovely town. We find all type of services that we may need. Um, so banks, restaurants, post office, and grocery shops. So, and all we have to know, all we need anyway, in a small, medium-sized town. Anyway, we'll go back to the location later on at the end of the video. And now we go back to the property finally to investigate, to understand this property for sale. Now, my friends, before I go and read the description, property description, please put like and subscribe. It's highly appreciated. And I really want to thank personally all the people that are following my video, that are watching my video, that are following me. And so a big thanks is highly appreciated. Okay, now let's go back to the property and let's investigate. In the heart of the historic center of the town, Sigillo town, at the foot of Monte Cucco Park, so we have a national park in this area, very close to Sigillo, we offer a townhouse composed as follows. Now, the property is on 3 floors, so we have a ground, first, and second floor. On the ground floor, a private garage, adjacent a cellar or laundry room. That's on the ground floor. Then the living area on the first floor consists of a kitchen with fireplace, a bathroom, and a small living room with a balcony. Okay, now anyway, we need to inspect anyway the pictures. So basically, on the first floor we have a kitchen, we have a bathroom, and we have a small living room with balcony. Okay, so we'll investigate. Let's remember that the living room has the balcony, kitchen has a fireplace, just to be sure when we are going to find out the pictures. On the second floor, 2 bedrooms and a second bathroom. So basically, the property the property has 2 bathrooms, one on the first and one on the second floor. Panoramic balcony, also on the second floor. The property is ideal for a family of 4 or 5 people or for investment purposes. Now, let's say that in my opinion, I mean, more than in my opinion, the property is in need of renovation, not in need of a massive renovation, but is in need of upgrades. So anyway, basic features depends by the use we want to do of this property, because if it's only a holiday home, summer holiday home, I could keep it as it is, not with major works. But if you want to make it as uh, a residence house where to live all the year around, I'd say anyway, needs more works. 3 floors, 150 square meters built, 4 rooms, 2 bathrooms, balcony, garage included in the price, which is an extra. Good condition. The property has no heating. Okay, that's the weakest point, but can always be, anyway, upgraded. In particular, again, as I said, if it's just as a holiday home. If it's just as a holiday home, I don't see this property in need of massive renovation. Price per square meter, 187 euro, so extremely low, but we have to say that the property is in need of upgrades. So finally, we are into the property, and let's try to understand. So first of all, we are in the historic center of Sigillo, which is a lovely town of 2,900, 2,800 inhabitants. Don't remember exactly, but anyway, you can find out on Google Maps. Then the exterior part is not in a bad condition. I say if I have to judge by the roof is okay. Blinds and probably window and balcony frames a bit outdated. Okay. Now, in the ad, it said that the kitchen had a balcony. But, for example, here, the kitchen, it says on the first floor, I don't see any balcony. So anyway, this is probably a mistake of the agents. Plenty of mistakes, constantly. Every day I find plenty of mistakes in these advertisings. So they're not done correctly. Then we have the entrance door, and then we have the garage. So basically, we also have parking space, which is an extra. In particular, generally, garages are quite expensive in this area. So anyway, let's find out. So here we are in the kitchen. we are in the kitchen. Now let's remember that the property doesn't have heating system, so we should find a way to upgrade in case you like this property, but let's investigate first and then I'll do my considerations. Anyway, we are in a kind of, it's not a kitchenette, it's an eating kitchen, spacious enough. So we have kitchen and dining table and dining area. Okay, so here we are on the first floor. The floor tiles here are good. So basically, I see the house went through some renovation not long time ago, maybe 20, 25 years ago. The doors are a bit outdated, nothing special. The structure of the house overall, from this room, it looks in a good condition. We have, anyway, the ceiling in order. So basically, even if the property is old, if the building is a bit old, I don't see major issues with the structure of the property. Floor tiles, again, I have to say they are fine. Okay, in this room, I'd say, so this room, let's go back, wait, just to understand. Okay, here we have a balcony. Interesting. Here we have a balcony, so it said kitchen with balcony. Probably is facing the rear side of the property because on the front side, on the first floor, I didn't see any windows. So yeah, we'll see here. Okay, so I guess the window on the left on the first floor is the bathroom, and the window on the right is probably the small living room. Okay, let's go back. Kitchen, 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 living room. Living room, they call it living room. They say in the living room that, anyway, there is a fireplace in this room here. So I'd say probably it's a bit confusing. Let's go back to the description because I want to understand better. It said that the kitchen has a fireplace and the living room has a balcony. Because as we see in the picture, both the living room and the kitchen have both a sink. That's why now, okay, let's go back. So here, that's particular. Here we are in the living room because there is the balcony. Okay, living room, dining area, and we have a sink on the right-hand side of the balcony door. Here we are in the kitchen, okay, another table, another sink, and it says that the kitchen has the fireplace. So here we have the fireplace, and we are still on the first floor. So I got it. Kitchen, the other one is the living room. So kitchen, not very small. It's an eating kitchen, obviously very old furniture. Floor tiles in this room, nothing special. I have to say that the electrical system is a bit outdated. Should be checked. All the wires should be properly inspected. We have a beautiful fireplace. Okay, lovely fireplace. This room, so this kitchen facing the main street, anyway, is in need of upgrades. Let's say that for 28,000 euro, if I want to use it just as a holiday home, I would nearly keep everything as it is. I would just get rid of furniture, but it all depends, on what projects people have. I cannot speak for myself. For example, here we are in one of the two bedrooms on the second floor, where we have a balcony on the front side of the house. And also here, I have to say that the structure of the property is quite good. Balcony frames, so electrical system, balcony frames, the property might be in need of renovation. I'd say, no, I mean, that's for sure, okay. I cannot say the property is in a very bad condition. I cannot even say is in a good condition. We are in between. So the house is not completely destroyed or in bits, let's say, but if we want to leave it, if we want to make it a beautiful home, obviously we need to go through a renovation project. Floor tiles are a bit old, not in a very bad condition, but outdated. But so let's keep moving. Spacious bedroom overall. Okay, so here we are on the second floor. They haven't showed any stairs, any landing area, nothing of that. For now, they're showing only the rooms. They don't have many pictures of this property, but obviously, if you're interested, first of all, I share the link below in the description. Second, you are feel free to contact the agency. In case you want, you can write me personally and try to contact the agency myself in your behalf, asking maybe for a video, for more details. It's up to you. You are free to contact me to my email that you find below in the description. For any questions, if you have any query, if you're interested of purchasing in Italy, anyway, any question, feel free to contact me. I'll do my best. I do my best to reply to every single person that contact me. Okay. Now let's inspect the two bathrooms. Two bathrooms again. We are in between. We are always there. I mean, the bathroom is not very bad, but at the same time, we see it's a bit outdated. I don't know if this is the first or the second floor. I cannot guess. I might say it's the second floor, but not sure. I'm trying to judge by the window. We'll find out. I will see when we're gonna see the next bathroom. It's not very old. So this bathroom is not very old. It's not destroyed, but obviously is a bathroom that has for sure more than 35 years. Okay, so here we are in the second bedroom. Let's say used with two single beds. What can I say here? Uh, bit, let's say that the room is, I think this room is above the kitchen, looks wider as much as the kitchen that we saw before. Floor tiles are nice, this one. It's a pity that they have these floor tiles only in this room, into this room. Okay, wait, here we are back to, so there are three bedrooms. Wait, this is one bedroom. In the ad, it said two bedrooms and one bathroom on the second floor. But here we have one bedroom. Let's focus, balcony door. This is a second bedroom. And this is another bedroom because we have window. So window facing probably the rear side, not the front side. Because on the front side, on the second floor, we have a balcony with two balcony doors. Probably this room has balcony door. This has balcony door, front side, rear side. So we have three bedrooms, not two, as it says in the description. So my friends, this is what I'm trying to help you here on this channel, that if we do a proper inspection of the property, we always find out that it's never matching. 90% of the cases it's never matching with what the agents or the realtors wrote in the description or matching with the pictures that are shown. Okay, third bedroom. We have the same floor tiles of this one. So in this room, these two rooms. What about this one? No, this bedroom has another floor tiles. Okay, and here again, second bathroom, same problem, exactly the same problem. In a good condition, but too old, too outdated, let's say. It's a pity because again, I don't see a bathroom that destroyed or not functioning. But unfortunately, this style, this late 70s, let's say mid 80s style, this is typical of the mid 80s, 80, 85, when in Italy there were a lot of money. There was a lot of money. That was 80s, between 1980 and 1990. That's the period when Italy did really the best economically. Let's say between 60 and 80, Italy improved a lot after the Second World War. But between 80 and 90, we really gave a boom, a boost. Okay, now let's focus on the balcony. Here we are on the second floor, and we see that we are in a beautiful area of the town of Sigillo town that we are going to inspect anyway very soon. After Google Maps, we'll go through Google Street View as usual. Again, property from outside, very interesting, 28,000 euro. I didn't mention much about the price. Okay, my friends, so this is the town. Here, for example, we are not on Google Maps, but we see we have grocery shops, pubs, restaurants, bars, dentists. So many different type of businesses and activities. Okay, let's go finally to Google Maps to understand the distances to the main location, to the main locations around this town. First of all, very important to understand how far we are from Fossato di Vico, the town with the nearest train station, Fossato di Vico. So let's see. By transport, it takes 25 minutes. All right, so the green line here from Sigillo to Fossato di Vico. So we reach the town in 25 minutes, 23, depends, 23, 25 minutes. We have buses nearly every 2 hours. Fossato di Vico is big as Sigillo, around 3,000 inhabitants, so it's not much bigger city. It's simply because in this town we have the train station. And the train station is here. Train station Fossato di Vico, Gubbio train station. Okay, so 25 minutes by car. By car, it takes only 7 minutes, so we are very, very close, 5 kilometers. Okay, then here we have the National Park, Grotta di Montecucco in this area. We see we have the border between Umbria and Marche region. Then in Fossato di Vico is passing by the motorway, not only the railway. Then we have another district here. But now let's focus mainly, for example, to understand how far we are from Perugia. Perugia, the capital of Umbria province. By car is 41 minutes, which is not really a big distance. By transportation, it says it's quite long. I see here 1, 2 hours and 3 minutes. If I see into the details, so from Perugia, we have a train to Foligno, then from Foligno, another train to Fossato di Vico, Gubbio, and then from Fossato di Vico, Gubbio, we go to Sigillo by bus. Okay, interesting. A bit complicated to reach the capital by transportation. We have the train station in Fossato di Gubbio. Okay, basically the railway from Fossato di Vico goes down to Foligno. I got it. So there's no railway that connects Fossato di Vico with Perugia, but this railway connects to Foligno, which is a big town, anyway, in Umbria region. So Foligno, basically let's say Foligno looks more important. Um, let's see, for example, here, if we want to go to Foligno by transport. So we have a bus and a train. Obviously, we have the bus from Sigillo to Fossato di Vico, and then from Fossato di Vico to Foligno, we have a train. It says there is an option 52 minutes option at 6 o'clock. So depends anyway by the time. But so anyway, we are also close to Assisi. We are not far from Assisi. I will focus for now by car. Let's see, Assisi. If we want to go from Gualdo Tadino. So we have Gualdo Tadino, which anyway is a very interesting town. So we have many different buses, different type of transportation. If we want to go to Assisi by car, 44 minutes. Let's say anyway, this is a house that has the garage, so mainly I would recommend to someone who has a car, personally. Okay, let's focus on Ancona, the last destination. Then anyway, you can help yourself with in the same way I do it here. So in 1 hour we are on the sea. Maybe less. In less than 1 hour we are on the sea. In 1 hour and 5 minutes we are in Ancona city center, big port where you can take ferries which are going to Croatia, Greece, Montenegro, straight to Istanbul, straight to Turkey. Okay, my friends, this is it, about the destinations, the locations around the town. And now let's do a bit of Google Street View to understand a bit the town, but mainly I will go into the street where the property is. Okay, let's see, Via Ippolito Borghesi. So this is the street. We see overall a lovely town, my friends, Sigillo. I saw that the prices in Sigillo are quite good. Obviously, Sigillo is not a very big town. As I said, small, medium. I would consider small, medium town. Uh, and then talking about the property, what can I say, my friends? That, again, the price is quite good. 28,000 euro is an extremely good price for a property that is 150 square meters with garage included. On 3 floors, we have a ground floor. Lovely house, this one. Then, what else I can say? Again, I want to put the accent on the fact that if this property is purchased just as a holiday home, I want beautiful town. I won't spend a lot of money. If it's just a holiday home, and then during the years, during the time, I don't know, we can always possible to upgrade the property. If it's up to live all the year around, okay, beautiful building of the city hall, comune. That's what comune municipio is. Beautiful building, and it's just on the street where the property is, even if I haven't seen the property. Probably we are still in the same street, we just across the main road to understand if we can find out the property. Anyway, the street is nice. Oh, we got it. We got this property. So we have this beautiful building. We have this beautiful building here just beside the house. Interesting. So the house for sale, which we see in vendita, is just beside It's just beside this lovely building. Now, for example, it says the date of the image here on Google Maps, and it says June 2025. So it's nearly 1 year that this image was taken, and the house is still for sale. That's quite interesting. Now, here we are. So, as I said, the facade is not in a very bad condition. Also, the bottom of the balcony, it looks like the facade went through some renovation. Unfortunately, it's a pity they never changed the blinds. These are not bad. I would keep this type of blinds. They're simply a bit outdated, but I will try to restore it if I want to bring to a lovely project this property, which has a good potential, this property, let's say, if renovated properly. Let's do a recap. We have the entrance, then we have a first floor with a spacious living room with balcony on the rear side. Then the left window here is the bathroom. This is the kitchen. We have a garage, and then on the second floor we have 3 bedrooms and a bathroom. Okay, one bedroom smaller, one smaller bedroom, but then we have 3 bedroom, 2 bedrooms, good size. So let's try to count how many rooms. 2 rooms on the first floor and 3 rooms on the second floor. So 5 rooms, 2 bathrooms plus garage. Okay, my friends, so this is it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed this property for sale here in Sigillo. Someone is making laundry, drying laundry. So Sigillo, Umbria region, Perugia province. Here we are. Okay, my friends, I wish you a lovely day. Thanks again for watching. If you have watched up to now, put like and subscribe. And again, I'll see you here tomorrow for another property for sale on Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. Bye.